When a website allows its users to upload their own videos, it's inevitable that weird or disturbing things are going to get posted online. With that being said, we've all seen our fair share of these videos, whether they're nonsensical, weird, or just outright creepy. So today, we're going to be going over part 1 of this weird and creepy YouTube content iceberg. Keep in mind that every video on this iceberg isn't going to be scary, as some are just kind of bizarre, and that I'm going to be skipping over some of the really well-known entries as I don't want this video to seem repetitive. So with all that out of the way, let's dive into some weird YouTube content, shall we? Monkey on Their Backs is an anti-heroin PSA from the early 70s that was uploaded to YouTube by the user JumpStreetC. The video features a symbol monkey with a girl narrating. She says, "They say people addicted to heroin have a monkey on their back. Isn't that cute?" before a screamer plays. Being completely honest here, this scared the shit out of me the first time I watched it. There isn't any warning at all and it did its job a little too well. I feel bad for any kids that grew up and saw this on television. For those of you who don't know what rolled ice cream is, it's pretty much what it sounds like, rolled up ice cream. The twist here though is that this person crushes up coconut worms and mixes it in with the ice cream. In this video uploaded by Hello Chitty, I think that's what that says, this person crushes up the worms that are still alive, mixes it in with the ice cream, makes it into a pretty little cup of rolled ice cream, and then the video ends. I only have one question, and that is why? Like, you could have put anything into this ice cream, but you chose coconut worms. I know that there are people that eat these things, but it's on here for a reason, and I think that's just because people don't usually eat them in an ice cream like this. And it also says ASMR, and it's just not ASMR, I'm going to be honest with you. Nightmare Logos is a playlist on YouTube put together by the user Kelvin Garrison, which contains company logos for films that are really eerie and creepy. The thing about a lot of these videos is that, though it may be the case for some, it's not the logo itself that is scary, but the uncanny feeling it gives you, especially if you saw them when you were younger. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this when it comes to the THX logo, but I want to talk about one in particular because I don't get the choice they made with this one. It's the logo for Slaughterhouse Entertainment, and it's just 10 seconds of pure silence until an extremely loud scream starts to play. I'm gonna play this for you guys, so screamer warning. Nitori Has Gone Mad is a Toho fan animation uploaded by the user Carrot Carp in April of 2009, which depicts the character Nitori going completely insane and presumably killing Marissa and Reimu. Now, Nitori is actually meant to be a kappa, which in Japanese mythology is a creature that lives in ponds and rivers, and was known to attack and drown people after pulling them into the water. I'm pretty sure the idea behind this video is to show Nitori in more of a realistic way that represents what a kappa is actually meant to be, instead of the way she is portrayed in the Toho series. This is a recording of Alejandro Mareschi from 1902 that was uploaded to YouTube in 2011 by the user Javier Medina. For those who don't know, Alejandro was a man who was castrated very early on in his life and went through very rigorous vocal training to achieve the voice that you can hear in this recording. It's a very sad sounding song, and that along with knowing his life story before it really makes for quite a depressing experience in all honesty. Have a listen. Blood Over Intent is referring to a cult that is here on YouTube, where they upload videos of themselves slicing their skin and putting their blood on pieces of paper. It's a part of their ritual, which requires them to write something along the lines of "bring forth heaven onto earth for the benefit of all," and then putting their blood onto the paper and uploading it to YouTube. There's a good video on this by Blame It on Jorge for anyone who wants to look deeper into the subject, but even after all these years, there's still plenty of these videos being uploaded and shows no sign of stopping. The Joanna Lopez missing slide comes from a 1989 broadcast on Channel 5 that was posted to YouTube in 2015, where at the end after the sign-off, a missing person screen shows up and all the audio cuts out. Supposedly the slide stayed on broadcast all night until the next morning, and the thing about Joanna Lopez is that nobody knew who this woman was. I did find a Reddit post that mentions a user calling a Joanna Lopez that was in the area and supposedly ran away from home around the same time this played on TV, and the people in the thread seem very confident that they found her, but take that with a grain of salt because nothing was ever confirmed as far as I'm aware. This is a well-known one, but it's horrible, so I couldn't leave it out. For those who don't know, Peluchin Entertainment was a YouTube channel that belonged to a 19-year-old named Matthias, who was 15 at the time, and his content was not very good to say the least. Along with making this whack content, he also ended up doing something horrid that he ended up getting away with. Matthias got into an argument on WhatsApp with one of his haters, so in response, he took his newborn kitten, Jason, and killed it on a video he sent to them as a way to get back at them or something. I have no idea what was going through this guy's head when he did that, but that is not the own you think it is. He adopted 2 more kittens after this, but his friend took them away from him so they wouldn't suffer like Jason did. Peluchin actually has a channel he currently uses that is just named Matthias, and his content hasn't changed at all really. Still just as bad as it was 4 years ago. This TikTok stream was uploaded to YouTube from the account Cokinstore, and it shows a person that's doing, well, something. This was a huge mystery when it first happened, but it turns out it might not be as bad as everyone believed it to be. Apparently in Indonesia, there was a trend of bathing in mud and live streaming it on TikTok, and from what I've gathered, it seems like it was used for donations, as they would say they'd do anything in the pool in exchange for money. While it's just a weird trend, it's still definitely unsettling to watch these kinds of videos, and I don't know about you guys, but I would pay them to get out of them damn mud pools. Alright, this one is whack. This is a PSA for pedophiles that was uploaded to YouTube on May 23rd, 2008 by the user Salvador33, and it's, well, a PSA for pedophiles. A man asks the girl if she feels safe inside. She answers yes, to which the man responds, "Well, you're wrong." We are then introduced to Peter the pedophile, and this is when it completely derails. I know this is a PSA, but there's no way you could show this to a kid and expect them to not have nightmares for a week afterwards. At the end, when she runs from Peter, she ends up getting hit by a car, and the man says, "Also, look both ways before crossing the road." I get the message, but did it have to be shown like this? I'm sure there's about a million better ways you could have gotten it across. This game over screen from a bootleg Felix the Cat game was posted to YouTube by the user Hologrammable in 2017, and shows us what the game over screen looks like for a Felix game on the Sega Genesis, and it is brutal. This video is actually part of a playlist with other game over and continue screens that are just like it, and they're all pretty bad to say the least. But that's really all there is to this one, not much of an explanation to be given here. Radoq is a channel that was created on August 7th, 2011 and posted a lot of really strange videos that don't really make any sense. For example, one of the videos on this channel is called Whitney Houston Tutorial and is just a PNG of Whitney Houston for 6 seconds. Another one is titled Traffic Cone Invention and has the Gorilla song Dare playing for the 2 seconds, and the rest of the video is silent. It's honestly amazing content, but there's really no information about this channel, just that it's kinda there and has some weird videos on it. It's been inactive for 7 years now, so it's probably safe to say there won't be any more uploads, which is a shame because they're pretty fun to watch. This video, uploaded by the user Nexodus on January 8th, 2010, is a recording of a Finnish kid show called Asi Morso Jamoru, I think I got that right, with really eerie music playing over it. And to be honest, it's just more weird than anything because the background music is a banger. There isn't really much else to say about this, as it's the only video on this channel and it was uploaded 13 years ago, so I don't think we'll be getting anything more from him. This video was posted by SplatKid802 on February 27th, 2021, and supposedly shows Qubo's last moments on air before it got shut down. As the timer in the bottom left counts down, with the text saying, "Save Qubo now," each character gets killed off with a shotgun shot until eventually there is none left. At the end, text reads, "Due to the negligence and selflessness of our viewers, Qubo is forced to cease broadcasting your favorite programs as of 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time on February 27th, 2021. We have brought you quality programming for both children and families alike since launching in 2006, and plan to expand our network in the coming decade. Because of this closure, it will not be happening. We at Qubo and EW Scripts Company expected better from our viewers, and they have failed. This is your fault." This video is fake, of course, but it's honestly really well done, and convinced a lot of people that this is what actually aired on Qubo's last minutes. Okay, here's a real wacky one. Mr. Dweller is a YouTube channel that was created on March 15th, 2022, and all he would upload is these really just bad Mr. Incredible Uncanny videos. But it wasn't just the fact that he would spam post his format. He would add like these really weird variants of Mr. Incredible's face on it, and it was just kind of hard to watch. He's deleted all of those videos as far as I'm aware, and he began to post actual videos, but they aren't any better. For example, here's one of his new ones, Mr. Incredible versus Mr. Dweller, where he slapped a JPEG of Mr. Incredible on a Superman body and tries to kill him, and it's absolutely the best video on this site. Singing Angels on Mount Athos was uploaded to YouTube by the user Goverd543 and supposedly captures, well, singing angels. I tried to find more information on this, but all I could find is that Mount Athos is referred to as the Holy Mountain, and everything leads straight back to this video. All the comments are Troll-G memes, so they weren't very helpful, but I do have to say the singing in this clip is very nice. And if eventually angels came down to earth and sounded like this, I really wouldn't be surprised. Raysipeladygaga is a channel that was created on May 14th, 2011, and he uploads admittedly pretty funny videos, but they're really weird. He had this channel before that was titled Just Raysipe, but it was taken down due to copyright violations. But I'm sure a lot of you will recognize him from the "You've Been Banned from the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse" video. Almost all of his videos are like this, and I don't really have any explanation for it. From my understanding, it's just a goofy man making funny videos, and there's nothing else to it. Do I even need to explain this one? This video was re-uploaded by the user Ellie Stranger on April 17th, 2010, and it's exactly what it sounds like. The top 10 hottest female Sonic characters. This video is hilarious, and he sounds so enthusiastic talking about them too, and I think the only way to do it justice is to play a bit of it here. Just watch this.
In the highest power, you need to look your best, and Karl delivers perfectly.
Look at the Clown was uploaded to YouTube on March 7th, 2015, and is a video meant to help the uploader's son get over his fear of clowns. It only takes one watch of this video to understand that this probably didn't help at all, but probably made it worse. If you weren't scared of them before, you probably would be after watching this. A sentiment that is shared with many people in the comment section, and it's easy to see why, with one of the images saying "child missing" while standing next to a clown. I know I wouldn't show this to my kids, and I wouldn't want to see it if I was a kid either, even if I was scared of clowns. Logan Roof is referring to a YouTube channel that seems to no longer be up, but this is actually something I already covered in one of my older videos, where some channels on YouTube will just have absolutely disgusting things on their pages like what's on screen now, and there's a few of these channels still currently up. Logan Roof is on here specifically because a lot of these channels are thought to be his alt accounts, and it's not hard to see why. They all upload the same kind of content, have similar bios and comments, and of course are equally unfunny. So if you're watching this, Logan Roof, just know that literally everyone hates you. Carl Meyer was uploaded to YouTube by user Miss Carmy almost 15 years ago on May 22nd, 2008. The video is basically just a slideshow of flowers with some really off-putting audio, and about halfway through, if it wasn't already weird enough, it completely derails. The audio gets louder and all the photos become extremely distorted. I think the strangest thing about it is that there's literally no info on this video at all. Miss Carmy posted this 14 years ago, never uploaded anything else, and just vanished with no explanation. And that it was made on Windows Movie Maker. That's pretty cool too. This clip was posted on YouTube on August 15th, 2010 by Space Hopper Copter. It's a clip from the movie Full Metal Jacket where Hartman yells at a soldier to let him see their war face. But this is an edited version of that original scene where their heads are replaced with doll heads and they're both yelling at each other. If any of you saw this as a kid like I did, you probably know just how horrifying this actually was back then. And honestly, it kinda still is. I definitely have to make sure my kids don't see this. Fake Mistress is a channel that was created on March 9th, 2010. At first glance, it looks to be a bunch of weird videos that don't really mean anything, but from what I've gathered, these are actually art exhibits. They're pretty interesting, but I'm not sure if it's meant to be unnerving or not, because even though they're interesting pieces, I still find them pretty creepy. But yeah, that's pretty much what these are, just art pieces and nothing more. The 223-hour video is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. A video that is 223 hours long. This was uploaded by Darkness in 2020 and is a really long version of another video titled F25 Key. The total length is around 9 days or 223 hours. Now, I'm not sure how long it would have taken to upload this, but props to Darkness for sitting it through and making this gem of a video. Maybe one of these days I'll sit through this if I'm feeling unhinged enough. And that's it for part 1 of this Iceberg. Sorry this was kind of short. We're in the middle of moving houses and I wanted to get something out before it's been too long. Also, thank you guys so much for 5,000 subscribers. Almost 6,000 now. I would have never imagined that we'd grow this quickly, and I can't thank you guys enough for all that support. Part 2 will be much longer than this, so stay tuned for that. I'll get it done as soon as I can, hopefully. Other than that though, I think that's all I got. Thank you all for watching, and as always, have a good rest of your day and see you later.